Hi everyone, it's QuickyBaby and welcome back to World of Tanks and welcome to the first of a series of 5 videos over the next 5 days where I take a look at Wargaming's offerings in a new event that they're calling Under the Hammer, where they're going to be releasing new or exclusive vehicles and auctioning them off in a frankly disgusting format, which is probably going to milk all of you collectors for more gold than you could ever possibly want. So let's take a look at today's offering. This is the 113 BO, which stands for Beijing Opera, and it is available at a starting bid of 18,700 gold, and there's 4,500 in stock. That's actually quite a lot more than I thought there would be. And you've got 20 hours from the start of the auction, which was 8 minutes ago, to place your bids. So, the Beijing Opera, it is basically a reskin of the 113. And luckily for me, so I can show you in its full glory and even get some gameplay in it, Wargaming have given it to me on my press account. Let me clarify, it is my press account and I'm still going to have to bid for it on my main account. And here it is, a vehicle which is likely to cost you tens of thousands of gold. And if I'm being honest, apart from a few bits that kind of flesh out the back of the tank, it is a rather poor contrasting skin, although it could just be the lighting in the garage. Frankly, it is a 113 with what looks like a drum and a few instruments on the back. That's it. And I guess you got some masks on the side. If that's going to be worth tens of thousands of gold, that's I guess up to you. And really, the only super cool thing about this tank is, as you can see over there, it actually counts as its own individual vehicle. It's not a skin that you're purchasing for the 113. Wargaming probably couldn't get tens of thousands of gold for it if that was the case. Accordingly, I guess you're going to have a whole new ace tanker to grind. You're going to have a whole new set of 3 marks of excellence to grind if that's your kind of thing. Or alternatively, if you're the ultimate 113 fan out there, you could play 2 113s at the same time, albeit if you had 2 different crews. Apart from that, the vehicle is identical statistically to the 113, so I thought I'd just take a moment to very quickly run over the statistics of the 113 to get you all an idea of whether the vehicle is kind of worth it in 2022 and how it compares to its brother, the WZ-111-5A. So the 5A has the better alpha damage and 1 more millimeter of pen on its standard rounds, but the 113 does have better high explosive rounds with 68 millimeters of pen compared to 65. Aim time wise, the 5A rocks, although the 113 has slightly better accuracy. But the main difference is the fact that the 5A gets 7 degrees of gun depression all over the front of the vehicle, while the 113 only gets 5 over the front and has to turn the vehicle to the side to get 7. Now this can make this tank quite awkward to work on a ridge line, and add to that the fact that the 5A has 5 degrees extra gun depression, it does feel like the more flexible tank. Mobility wise, the 113 has the better power to weight ratio, but considering that the 5A is no slouch and with all of the field mod upgrades, it's unlikely that you're going to be getting to notice a difference between these 2 tanks apart from on soft terrain or alternatively if you're going up a slope. And when it comes to armor, the 5A is just so much more easy to use, with a lower plate that never really gets worse than about 215, which is enough to bounce your tier 8 heavies, whereas the 113's lower plate is an awful 167. And while the 5A definitely has the worst weak points on top of the tank compared to the 113, there's still weak points that are not exactly super easy to hit, but they are a target. Accordingly, these 2 vehicles are very similar. But I'd say the 5A still feels like the far more comfortable vehicle to play with the better aim time, the higher alpha damage, with the same DPM, and importantly, more gun depression over the front. But seeing how I haven't played the 113 on the channel in what feels like forever, why don't I take it out for a spin today on the battlefield, and we'll probably get a few funny looks from a few players about how I managed to get the 113, the Beijing Opera version of it, before everybody else, at least I think the 4,500 lucky winners or lucky bidders, I guess, tomorrow. All right, well, we've started off with a real nice matchup here on Himmelsdorf, and I'm going to be taking a gun rammer, vents, and a turbo, and spoilers, it's going to be Bond. Look, this is my press account. I'm going to try and get every advantage that I can, so if I suck, then I guess I've only got myself to blame. So what we're going to do, we're going to probably plow the top of the hill here. I think that the hill could be quite good. Ah, those masks on the side, the instruments on the back. Worth it? Let's try and wait to talk about worth it later on. Okay, so just I God in 113 says the 703-2 on my team. Okay, well, we're going to find out whether I'm actually going to be okay or not. We'll try and figure it out. Anyway, what was I going to say? I want to talk just a little bit about the whole idea of this auction system. Firstly, there is going to be an auction which is going to have free experience, so watch out for that. The auction that has free experience will actually show competitive bids. I'm not sure whether this auction shows competitive bids as well. I'm as new to this as all of you are going to be today. Tomorrow, I'll be featuring another new tank, and the day after that, and the day after that. And so we'll have a few more ideas about how the bids for gold are going to work. But Wargaming have said, at least with the free experience, that we're going to have an idea of what the competitive bids are. I really don't want to lose all of my shells to the TVP there. So I'm actually going to swing across, and I'm going to try and use my gun depression here over the side. I'll try and get a little bit of a cheeky shot into the TVP. Good thing there I didn't get lit up. This thing's lower plate is not wonderful, as I highlighted. In the garage, oh, please let me keep my HP. Thank you. What about you? You don't get to keep your HP. Only QuickyBaby does. Beautiful. Worried about this TVP maybe trying to make a push play on me. Talk about a push play. I think that Object 268 version 4 just fired. So I'm going to try and find his weak point. Oh, hello. Oh, I didn't see you there, you cheeky scoundrel. It's okay, though. Let's see if we can hit this weak point. Wow, Mr. Conqueror. I didn't like that very much. He's doing a great job of hiding his weak points. Alright, so you know what? I don't really want to go and fight this hold down Conqueror right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around and go and try and assist this TVP over here. There are some juicy tanks. The 111 is going down. I've got to be careful, though. There's a lot of autoloaders, and there's some tanks down below me that I'm going to have to watch out for. But still, I think maybe side-scraping out here could be a good idea. Can't quite get that tank. Let me get some more, please, sir. Oh, that's a bad shot. I should have hit that. Oh, come on, Beijing Opera. But look, it's a marathon. It's not a race. Oh, my God, that aim time. Oh, that was quite painful. Why am I firing gold at these scrubs? For that reason, so I can go at the E50, right? So we could go for the E50. Really don't need gold in this situation. It is my press account after all. What? Does Wargaming even know how to model maps? How have I managed to put 2 shots into that corner in quick succession? Come on. There we go. Slowly gonna grind them out. Hey, TVP. Okay, it's okay. I guess you're gonna get all the juice. That's actually really bad trades by the TVP there, I'd say. Oh yeah, I really don't like the aim time and the gun handling on this tank, but I'm not using vertical stabilizers, so screw me, right? Penetration against the defender didn't really work out well for me, but I do have a way better rate of fire than him. Hopefully I can pull back around the corner quick enough if I don't get my big butt caught. Gotta be careful here, I don't want to get caught too much. There we go. This is quite a fight. Talk about quite a fight. If that Conqueror tracks me, I could be in a lot of trouble there. Not as much trouble as that player. I'm trying to. Luckily I'm side-scraping right now, and that leopard is dead. He actually got me in the lower plate, though, just before. Hey. I'm sorry, TVP. I'm not going to block you. I've got to just make a... I can't let that happen. I'm going to switch to a heat round here with intuition, so I guarantee a pen on the Conqueror. Oh, dudes, I just realized I am getting so hard pushed. I've got to go forwards, I think, here, honestly. I think I've got to go forwards. I realize there's a load of tanks behind me, which is really irritating, but that's okay. Defender gets me. Nice shot, Defender. Well played, dude. Did he just get pushed around the corner by the 268? That's really lame. You know what I think I got to do right now? Try and get into this position. That's not good. Ah, this Defender's going to kill me. Never mind. What do I do? Try and rush the 268? Kill the Defender? Oh no! Not like this! Not like this. Not like this. Not like this. Did I just bounce off a Defender? Oh no. Oh, no way, dude. No way did I just bounce off a Defender. I was going to make such a play. At least I got the 268 killed, right? Because I managed to flank them there. Alright, not too bad. 4 kills, 3,666 damage. I'll be honest, this is my first game in like 72 hours. I just took a couple of days off, and maybe I need a little bit of time to warm up my aim. And unfortunately for me, I think that is probably going to possibly end up being a loss, but we'll have to wait and see. Maybe this TNH VZ can deal with the 2 tanks up on top of the hill, and then they're going to be able to go down and see what they could do. Alright, Mr. T95. Oh, we've actually got a full health T95 in the cap circle here. So unless they manage to actually flank him, this E50 really has to try and go round, maybe kill this Leopard, and then be able to get behind the T95. If he doesn't manage to do that, we should be okay. Unfortunately for us, on the hill, it looks like we've got a Lerva with a damaged engine, and our TNH VZ51 was left sniping and caught an ambush from the T30. This game is actually neck and neck right now. The E50 just died down below, which now means that the TVP has no way to be able to escape, and he's a one-shot. But the T30 now is free on top of the hill, and the FV4202 is also free on top of the hill. So this is actually looking like a bit of a disaster. If I was the FV4202, all I need to do is try and get into this kind of a position, and oh my word, did our T95 just track the TVP? Okay, big moment here. Does the TVP get the interrupt? He misses the first shot, and he pulls back round the corner. Now with only 26 seconds left. Come on, am I going to win my first game in the Beijing Opera on my press account, which I don't really care about? We're about to find out. 14, 13. Oi! T95, watch out. There could be somebody behind you maybe in a second. Will the FV4202 manage to make it back towards the cap circle? Like what the Leopard's doing here to go on the inside. That's good play. Great play by him. I think it'd almost do better to hide behind the T95, and, well, looks like we did enough, boys and girls. Looks like we did enough. So, not perfect plays here for me. I definitely felt the aim time on this tank. Accuracy felt good. I did take the field mod that made the aim time worse, but made the accuracy better. But, you know what, if I was on a sniping map, I would probably be complaining. In this kind of a situation, I think it's definitely a big fail to take the turbo on the 113, and I should be using gun handling boosts instead. So I finished number 1 on experience, number 1 in damage. I'm going to boost that for what reason, I don't know. Let's play another one. Let's play another one. But you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to take a second set of equipment where I'm going to take vertical stabilizers, because dang, did that gun handling feel very awkward. So that means that now, if I get on a kind of city map again, I can be able to use them. Oh, hello, city map. Probably don't need the turbo here for this kind of a situation. I think I'm probably going to switch out and use the gun handling. But then again, when I think about it, this map is all about, at least for me, either rushing down the east or rushing down the west. I don't really feel like going and fighting the TVPs. Those guys could catch my lower plate. I feel, for some reason, that I'm going to do much better against the heavy tanks. And I think I want to end up in a position over here. So I'm actually going to take a turbo. I know that kind of defeats the whole point of taking the vertical stabilizers as I just did on the last map, but I think it's probably going to still work out for the best. Alright, so the 113 with the turbo is actually going to be incredibly fast into position. This thing can actually take a field mod where you increase the top speed by 4 kilometers an hour as it is a breakthrough tank, and that will make this thing actually outrageously quick. I think probably about like 60 kilometers an hour. It's crazy how tanks like this just seem to get faster and faster and faster and faster, and wargaming don't seem to do anything about it. In fact, it almost feels like they kind of encourage it at this stage. Anyway, let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about the meta. Let's talk about what we can do with our 113 Beijing Opera. And there's a WZ111 5A who already takes off a quarter of my hit points. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if I get headhunted on this map, in all honesty. Especially with a 121B coming across. I'm going to ask this M48 to help me out. Is this guy going to cross? Oh, he is. Oh, come on. Should have taken the gun handling. Luckily, that's okay. That's okay. This guy wants to fight. His friend wants to fight as well. Alright, we're going to have a fight then. Me and this M48 against the world. Uh-oh. And when I say against the world, kind of in a little bit of a pickle here. Unless I can high roll on the WZ111 5A after that low roll, I am in a whole world of hurt right now. Of course I don't. Alright, I gotta kill this guy first, and then I can help the M48. I like the way the 121B is immediately shooting me and not shooting the M48. Okay, well, you know what? You just shot a bear and annoyed him. Come on, M48, get the kill for me. What? He's breach headlines today, dude. I am so trolled. I am so trolled, YouTube. I am so trolled. I am so trolled. It's okay, though. Maybe we can handle both of these guys. Oh, he puts a heat round in right through my turret. What was I thinking? And I bounce off his turret. Okay, that's just great. That's just great. Now this one, WZ-111-5A is coming after me. Alright, whatever, dude. Whatever, dude. Whatever, dude. 113. It's not a bad tank, but there's a reason why it's probably right down my tier 10 list. And that is because I just feel like there are better tanks that you could be able to get inside the game right now. Better tanks with just better alpha damage, autoloaders that are faster with more gun depression, especially over the front of the vehicle. So would I recommend dumping your gold in to get the 113 Beijing Opera? No, I would honestly recommend to hold. I think there are going to be better deals to spend your money on, and I think there are going to be new tanks that will be going into the Under the Hammer auction that I think you'll be very disappointed if you splurge all your gold and then you can't bid higher for the more exclusive rewards. And while Wargaming could call this an exclusive thing, really it's just a skin. And I would argue that compared to the WZ-111-5A Qilin, which kind of has that fire-breathing effect whenever you launch a shell at your opponents, unless I've truly missed something about this tank, like it has some special music as you load into the game, or there's some kind of an effect that I've missed, it just doesn't really feel like it's truly special. Add to this on top that you can't use the vehicle in ranked because it counts as a reward vehicle. I'm not sure. The 113's a huge part of the Clan Wars meta, even with VZ-55s in the game. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. If that's the case, then maybe this will be a cool one to pick up for your clan. Otherwise, I think it's a bit of a stinker. And it's not even a stinker that looks that good. But maybe Wargaming are just trying to get everybody used to the system, build up some hype, and then drop in the real hot things tomorrow. If that's the case, stay tuned to the channel. You know where to come to get the information first. And so, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. And let me know what you think about the 113 Beijing Opera edition in the comments down below. Will you be bidding for one? If so, how much gold are you actually willing to part with? And what do you think about this whole Under the Hammer event? I don't believe it replaces the black market, so if any of you are worried about that, there will be a black market as well for spending your credits and spending your gold. And as always, thank you so much for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.